Welcome to Hot Flash Chronicles, where midlife is messy, menopause is madness, and we're sweating through it together.
We're Angie and Shelly, two caffeine-fueled, slightly inappropriate grandmas who say what everyone's thinking.
So grab a drink, crank up the AC, and let's dive in.
Shelly.
Angie.
Guess what?
Podcast?
Oh, I felt like you were doing vocal warm-ups.
That was it.
Which is so timely based on what we're going to talk about, because Shelly's quartet, Hot Notes, just went to division.
No. Districts.
Districts.
Yes.
For the Barbershop Harmony Society in Canada.
Yep.
And
that's where the contest was for our Evergreen District.
Yes. So we had done a podcast on prepping for goals.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to talk about what happens when you hit them or you don't quite hit them, or how you recalibrate, how you celebrate, how you learn from it, how you grow from it, those kind of things.
All that stuff.
I want to be the first, probably not the first, because probably when you came off stage, people congratulated you. I want to be the first to congratulate you on a podcast for your stellar performances and how well you did. So we're going to have Shelly give like a synopsis of how the contest weekend went for them. And then we'll talk about how we deal with results, whether we hit the target or not. Right?
Perfect.
Okay, so tell us how it went, Shelly.
Well, it went swimmingly. It was
there was
great.
No swimming, though.
There was no actual swimming. There was a pool and a hot tub, but we did not utilize those at our hotel. So I would say I'll give the results, and then we'll kind of dive into what that all means. We were actually in 2 different contests, and maybe even actually we were in 3.
With the same set of performances.
With the same set of performances, we were in 3 things. We were in our regular Evergreen District contest that everybody can be in. Then we were in the Evergreen District Senior Division, because our group is old enough to make that requirement. And we participated in the Senior Quartet Prelims, that you have to hit a certain score to qualify for the international contest. So all of those were done with 1 performance each night on Friday and Saturday. So we came in 4th overall for our district, which
out
was
of how many groups?
28. And we moved up a spot because we've been in 5th. So that was amazing. And we came in 1st for our district, and we qualified for the Midwinter. So,
which means
we're going to Pasadena, California in January for the Midwinter Barbershop Harmony Society convention.
So, which means they got 1st place in the senior division, and they qualified to go sing based on their score.
Right. You have to have a score.
Compete at an international level for seniors. So they'll take anybody who qualified as seniors within their own districts will come to this the Midwinter convention to compete as a senior quartet. And I believe your score overall is like 2nd highest of anybody who's qualified. So we're incredible. What a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, we're scoring. We're going in with a really strong score. So it's our first time. This is the first year we were eligible. So we have a lot of energy.
Is it because you turned 60?
It's because Melanie turned 60 first. And then she's the one that put us at the 240. And then when I turned, it made us 241.
Oh, cumulative age has to be 240?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody in the group can be under 55. And
okay. I
and
was going to say, because you have like a 30-year-old and a...
No.
Okay.
No. The average age of everybody has to be over, like all 4 people has to be over 240 together. So you could have a 70-year-old and a 55-year-old and then 2 60-year-olds and you'd make it. So it's just one of their rules on how they make that a division. But what I wanted to talk about a lot was the prep for our first night going on stage, because we had talked a little bit about what we do. And our quartet has, first of all, whenever you're in a thing with other people, you're going to have 4 different personalities.
Sure.
So you have to come to agreements on, especially if you're going to be spending 3 or 4 days together, about how everything's going to go down, because some people in our group need to know minute by minute what's going to be happening. They are type A. They need to have an outline. Some of us are Just let me know where I need to be and I'll be there.
Yep.
So what we do is we have learned that for us, we need to create a schedule. So we made a schedule for the 3 days that we were there. There was from early in the morning till late at night, what we would be doing all day long. And I got to be in charge of doing that. So I put in extra things on our schedule, like go to breakfast, discuss the wet eggs and sausage that squirts, talk about how
Whoa.
tolerable
Whoa.
the coffee is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on. I had to whoa 3 times.
Yeah. Talk about how terrible the coffee is. And then, like, next day, it said the same thing. Discuss coffee further. It's still awful. So I put my own little funny
You
moments.
added the
And
comedic relief
yeah. And I put
to
things like when we're getting
what can be
ready.
a really stressful situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it said, get ready to go to the hotel, get ready for our place in the pattern. And that's each room that you walk through before you hit the stage. And I had things like
There's a
hugging.
walking pattern that because there's so many groups crossing the stage, it's timed like to the minute
Yeah.
of when you're at each place
Your
within
each
that walking
station,
pattern.
like,
Yeah.
here's the station where you can fix your makeup. Here's the one where you do your last warm-ups. Here's where you take your picture. So I had, like, right before we stepped on stage, it said, uh, group hug, tell everybody how much we love each other, go out and give the performance of our lives. Like,
Mhm.
just fit stuff like that in. So
Did they
everything.
appreciate that you did that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then afterwards it says, step off the stage, congratulate each other on giving the best performance and putting your plan out there. Like, everything was very positive, focused. And we really did all of those things that were written out there. But I wrote them because I know that that's what we do.
Yeah.
So I just put them into the thing. But it was a very good weekend of, and the whole trip up was all us talking about how we have been practicing for this, how we are prepared, how at this moment we release ourselves from the technical performance and allow ourselves just to go and give a gift to each other and the audience of music, and that we want it to be artistic and something that the audience, at this point, we don't even care so much about the judging that's going to occur, because
Because you're at where you're at.
you're at where you're at. You're not going to
Like
change anything.
you're at the level you're at.
Yeah. And they're going to do their job and give you the adjudication. But your job now is to present this song to the audience and to give them this gift of this thing you've worked on. So we really switch gears from our technical brains into, let's be good performers.
You have to
Let's have
trust your
fun.
muscle memory and trust that you know the plan.
Yeah.
And
And
then
that's
you
it. You
just
want to
when
deliver
you
your
walk
plan.
on stage, you're focused on the artistry and the wave of love that's coming up from the audience.
Yeah, you want to do your plan. And that's something you'll hear a lot of musicians who are doing any kind of competition, or even athletes. It's like you have been training for this thing, whatever it is, and now you're going to perform it. That is your plan.
Mhm.
Like, you have an idea in your head, you've envisioned what you want this to be, and you've mentally gone through it. Now it's time to deliver the product. So I think our group has a really good, we just know how to do our plans. We've got a good focus on that. And something that we heard in the feedback we got in our adjudication was, because we don't just practice the songs. We practice exactly how we're going to walk on stage.
Because you're judged from the moment you walk through the curtains.
Exactly.
It's not from the first note. You're judged by how you walk on stage.
How you accept
Literally.
the audience, how you greet them, how you
Your
step back into
choreography, your outfits, like all of it is judged.
you step back into your formation. So we don't just practice our songs, we practice how we take the stage, is what we call that, or how we greet the audience. So that's part of our performance, how we transition from a really happy, fun uptune into a ballad about loss. Like, how do you make that change from everybody's clapping and this, how do you show that on your face? So we have practiced all of that stuff. And that was some of the adjudication we got back, was that was like, one of the judges was like, you took command of the stage the minute you stepped on it, and you let us know that we were in for something special. And that's what you want them to feel, that before you sing the first note. So being in a quartet that's at that kind of a level is
Well, you
crazy.
can tell, like I have both competed and I've been in the audience for a lot of singing competitions within these organizations. And You can tell when a group, as soon as that curtain opens or how they walk on stage, you can tell. I can almost guess the level and placement of the group
Mhm.
based on how they take the stage.
Absolutely. Yeah, because some of it just comes with confidence and belief in yourself that you are gonna deliver an
Yeah,
astonishing performance. And the name of our group is Hot Notes. We dress up in these really, you know, kind of sometimes flamboyant, but lots of sequins, lots of sparkle, but
very not sometimes.
we think
They're
of
very over the
ourselves
top, sequiny, sparkly, like very extra on purpose,
if
like
you're gonna do that,
flair.
you have to live up to it.
Oh, you gotta own it.
Like, you can't walk out like that and then give a timid performance.
Yeah.
Like, so part of your
It all
identity,
ties a thread through the culture of your quartet.
yeah, so your branding and how you view yourself. So when we go out there, we know people expect this certain kind of performance, and that's always been our goal is to deliver that, living up to our name, living up to how we do it, and we do because that's just part of how we have evolved in this group. So it's a lot of that kind of stuff, and the whole weekend was really, honestly, it was like a love letter and a thank you to each one of us in this quartet for everything we've learned, we've shared, and that we give as a gift as a group.
Mhm.
And so it was really, really good. And we still have things we have to work on. You know, after you get the
Always.
adjudication back, you go and talk. This time we got to talk to 3 different judges from each category that we were judged on. We got a lot of really good productive feedback, which is why you go. You don't go honestly when you're going and doing this, it's not to win per se. Somebody does win, there is a contest, but you're going to get this evaluation from these experts in your field, and they're going to tell you the things you did well, the things you were exceptional at, and the things that you could be better at. And that's really what you want out of this feedback is we know we do these things well.
It's
How
great
can
to
we
get the
fix these?
attaboys and attagirls,
But you
but
need that.
also it's like, what could we have done better? Like, you
Right.
wanna know that, like,
Yeah.
I would think most
When
people would wanna know
when you're
that.
striving to, why we go to the contest is not to beat other groups. We go to beat ourselves, our last score. We want to have improvement, or even if it's like this year we didn't beat our last score because there's been some kind of
Recalibration of how the
recalibration
scoring
in the
system
judging thing.
works.
But the comments that we got and the feedback that we got were at a much higher level than what we got last year. The things that they're wanting us to coach on are way high level things, which is really gratifying when you've been working on stuff and coaching. When you find out you get to do this next level of stuff, it's very exciting.
Right,
And that's what we came out of this with was, oh my gosh, we are coaching at this going into the A level stuff, which is the highest level of a quartet I've ever been in. And it's just, it's really exciting. We have 3 months now to get ready for the next competition where we'll get another evaluation. And this one will be at that midwinter thing. But I'd say what was so cool was we got feedback from the audience and from the judges that played into us. It really solidified with us that we had delivered our plan.
right,
Because if we hadn't delivered the plan we had in mind, we would not have gotten that kind of
right,
feedback.
and
It
things
was,
happen on stage, like,
oh
I
yeah,
was in a quartet where our lead,
choked,
literally choked on something, partway through the first song, and it was like, "Is she breathing?" And it's like, you just have to
keep singing.
keep singing. I was singing. So 2 of my cousins are in Shelly's quartet, Hot Notes, and I was singing with Anna, my cousin, in that, and I just kept looking to Anna like, "She's the seasoned professional here. If she stops singing, I will." The judges were freaking out, like, we could see them, like, because
Yeah,
Teresa's, like, choking,
turning.
but it's like, you're not really allowed to stop. So, yeah, so the main thing is sometimes things go wrong,
Yeah.
but if you have that muscle memory, then you will go out and hopefully deliver what you have practiced so hard to do. And when I saw Shelly on Monday, the first one, I was like, congratulations, oh my gosh. And then my question to her, and then I saw Melanie on Wednesday night, I
Mhm.
think, was, did you do what you wanted to do? Are you proud of what you did? Did you do the plan that you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Like, did you Like, did you achieve what you had? And they both said, yes, yes, absolutely. Like, super proud of ourselves. Yes, there are other competitors, and yes, like, let the chips fall. And
Yeah. You don't have any
I
control over that.
want everybody to put their best out. I don't want somebody else to fuck up, and that's why I
Yeah, you
want.
don't want, like, to win
No,
the
you want your
Olympic in
best to
skating because the
be the
8 skaters
best.
in front of you fell down like that happened.
Right.
You don't
Exactly.
want that. You want everybody to do their best, and then that's the part of the competition where you really have no control.
Yeah.
Like, you do your best, and then, you don't have control over what other people put out, and then the judges decide the order.
Right.
But can you give the performance of a lifetime and have it not be the winning performance of the contest? Sure.
Yeah, but, like,
Absolutely.
I mean, my question was, like, did you deliver the
Yeah.
performance you were hoping to deliver? And both Melanie and Shelley said, "Yes,
It was
absolutely." It was
it
like,
was
"Awesome."
every
You can't
time
ask for more than that.
every time I leave a competition stage, I wanna think I just gave the best performance that I've ever given, and that is how we all felt stepping off of that stage for our group, for this pairing. This'll be the 3rd district that we went to. This was the best. This
Mhm.
was the best performance we've ever given as this quartet. No matter what
You're
the score,
competing against
no
your
matter
past
what,
self.
no matter where we fall, it was the best.
Mhm.
We're showing the skills that we've learned up to being together 2.5 years. And it, like I said, the validation doesn't even come in the score. It comes from how people respond to the performance you
Right.
gave. And when they came up and tell you, I cried during your ballad because you reminded me of blah, 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 then, oh, well, that's a product of us delivering our plan.
It
Or
means
you
that your
guys seem
artistry
so
was there.
real when you do that. We are being real when we
Yeah,
do that. So it's good that. So as performers, it was super gratifying. The whole weekend, we had people coming up to us and we could really feel the love. And that's, part of why you do this is you want to feel like people, respond to and understand the messaging of your music. So,
exactly.
so that was great.
And, Shelley and I have competed together and got, 5th place medals
Yeah.
doing that, and that was the first and only time I've medaled as
Yeah.
a quartet. And then there are times where you go out and you didn't quite land where you wanted to, or you didn't quite give the performance that you want. And there's some like reflection that needs to happen when that happens. And it can be very quick sometimes that people go into the blame game, like, well, I did this or you did this. And that's just not helpful moving forward. It's
Yeah.
like, things happen, like Teresa choking happened.
Yeah.
We didn't have any control over that. So I did not expect to walk on stage with Teresa and Anna and place dead last, but
Yeah.
it
Things
happened
happen.
and we had the best time. We had the best time during that because I was singing with my cousin and Teresa was singing with her mom.
Yeah.
So it was really cool that we got to have that experience. So no matter where the chips fall, no matter where you land, uh, you have to be proud of yourself that you had the guts to go out there on stage in front of judges with
Yeah.
pens to be critiqued,
Yeah.
right? Like, you think talking in front of people is scary? You think
Singing.
public speaking is scary?
Yeah.
Try singing in front of 1,000 people. That's fucking hard, right?
And I think the thing, like you talk a lot about manifestation
Mhm.
and making sure you're asking for the right thing. And what we were manifesting was we're going to put our plan out there. That was our manifestation was we're if we execute our plan, that is our goal. That
Mhm.
that is our goal, period. Other things will be results of that, but I just want to deliver that plan. And that is what happened. We gave the best version of the plan that we've ever given, and that's all you can ask for. The get it qualifying, we did put in our minds we want to go to Midwinter.
Yeah.
We want to go to Midwinter. And we could go to Midwinter in many different ways. We just had to hit a certain score. But the fact that we won the championship at our district level and that we got 4th overall, those were gravy.
Yeah.
Those were just the extras. The manifestation happened. And then there was other that signaled other or triggered other events. But the manifestation worked 100%.
But even the people that place last or place in the middle of the herd, it's like there is a massive thing to be proud of yourself that you even got on stage because so few people have the guts to actually put themselves out there and say, "Okay, judge me."
Yeah,
Right? Like,
it's a
here we
big
are, we're
deal.
doing something we love, judge us. Tell us what you think. And that can be really vulnerable, and I have landed, top 5, middle of the pack, and dead bottom, and each one of those is a different takeaway, and never did I walk away feeling like, "Oh, I wish I hadn't done that."
No.
Right? Because it's really for me, it was the journey with the other 3 people that I was with.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, I had love for those 3 people,
It's
and
all subjective. Art
yeah,
is subjective, music is subjective. And what's so interesting is in the adjudication format for Barbershop Harmony Society, if you go out and you just ring chords, if you and these four people stand up there and it just rings and rings and rings,
which means
there's
that your notes are locked
they're
in.
all locking up and they're
Yeah,
they're making the right frequency and
that's the
it's
goal, is to ring the
so
chord.
if
So if you
you
haven't heard
do
that
that
before, it means that
you
everything's in
can win.
alignment.
Like you might win the contest just because you and these three other people can do this thing. Does not mean you're the most entertaining, does not mean your audience buys into it at all because that's the score you get from the judge that says this is the winner of the
That's
contest.
technicality stuff,
Yeah.
whereas,
So
I prefer to work on the artistry and the selling of the story.
so
Like, I want people to
sometimes
forget that they're listening to a singing concert.
sometimes a quartet that might come in ninth or 12th or 20th out of 50, they might give the performance that you as a person in the audience think is the best overall that they might be the ones that touch you. So my whole thought on any of that is if you're a quartet and you're going out and you've just given your best performance that your quartet has ever given, you can't, it doesn't matter what the number is. It doesn't
Mm,
matter if you came in first or 30th. If you guys did your plan and you went out there and you delivered the message at the skill level that you're at right now, then you should be nothing but proud of that.
yeah.
Like that, I just hate the idea that somebody be disappointed, like you said, after they've put in a lot of time, a lot of heart, a lot of effort, a lot of hours of love and laughter and practice and technique with these other people. You really want to celebrate that you just step on the stage, period, no matter what comes after that. And no performance is perfect.
Yeah.
No performance is perfect. Even the people that win do not give perfect
For
performances.
people that win internationally, like,
Yeah,
there's
there's
always
lots of
gonna be
times you hear
something,
a
but
shake in their voice or a wrong note. So you do not have to be
or they breathed
perfect.
at the wrong time, like,
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect. And that's something I had to let go of a long time ago in this was the minute you start putting your pressure on yourself, it creates tension. It makes you less you can't sing as freely, your voice isn't it
mhm.
gets more tense. So you have to take that stuff that those kind of ideas and pressures off of yourself and just go love what you're doing in that moment. And I love to sing. My quartet loves to sing. And that's really what we want to do at this next competition at Midwinter is we want to go out and show them what we are, who we are, and how much we love music and share it.
I think that's such a healthy approach to have, instead of trying to figure out how you could have beat somebody else or placed higher or scored higher. Is just like, what's the next thing that we can do that will level up our artistry or our
Yeah.
technical or whatever, to so that we can be better than we were the last time we sang,
And we
right?
absolutely look at like right now because we're getting ready to go this next thing. We're absolutely looking at who is the competition, where are they scoring, what is that because and the reason we do that is because it helps us figure out our who we're going to coach with, who we need to it makes us focus on our own performance
Right, because
and
if their lowest score is in, like, the performance of it, like the choreography or the
mm,
outfits or the taking of the stage, but their music and, things like that, like this actual
sound
singing and sound
is what's bringing
is
it for them.
locked in, like, we chose a song that was good for all 4 of our voices, like, all of these things are considered. If all of that is, like, sitting up here, but you're, like, a half a step down in the performance part of it or the visual aspect of it, then you don't necessarily need to work with as many of the music or singing type of coaches as you do the, like, we need
Performance,
somebody to help us with our choreography, or,
how to
like,
tell the story of the song.
exactly, storytelling of the song, the emotion of it. So you can look at where, like, what is the lowest hanging fruit to get us the most juice
Yep.
out of the performance so that we can do the best that we can. And I think that it's so healthy to compete against yourself
Yep.
and just think like, okay, we've put in more work, we've learned more things. Let's go out there and give the best performance that we ever have or that we can. And
Yeah.
I think that that's the healthiest way to come
It's
about it.
really,
Instead
yeah.
of worrying about like, oh, well, so and so did this or, they're singing this song. And I think that that's a higher, like, just
You can
do
get way
you,
into
do
your
the
head.
best you that you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it in any, whether you're a singer or if you're in any kind of competitive, hobby, if it's golf, if it's a sport or something like that, almost always your challenge is to become a better version of yourself.
Mm,
You can there can always be a Tiger Woods out there if you're golfing or, you know, if Jimmy Connors when he was big and who these Muhammad Ali, all these greats. Well, eventually somebody else steps up and is great. And how you get there isn't by always it's not about beating all these people to get there yourself. It's about you constantly leveling up yourself.
mhm.
You could be like a pool player, like billiards, that kind of darts. There's things where you can do where you can improve your performance by, taking lessons or just doing it over and over through repetition,
Right,
becoming
but if you
better.
look at, like, a swimming like, in the Olympics,
Hmm.
right? If we look at, like, let's say swimming, however far they have to do I don't know much about this,
500,
but
100
let's
meters.
say that there's, like, a, um, a sport within the Olympics where they're competing on time.
Hmm.
Usually, the gold medal and, like, 6th place, it could be a half a second.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
They're so
On
tight
any
in there.
given
It's
day,
like
anybody could have won.
yeah, it's just wild to me how close like, if you take the top and the
Mhm.
bottom, how close that gap can be
Two
is
seconds is a long time
2 seconds is huge
in the world of.
in, like, running or swimming or
Yep.
anything that's timed like that, and if
Yeah.
you think how close that gap is, it's wild.
Yeah.
Like, between 1st and 2nd is usually not even, like, a tenth of a sec
Yeah.
it's crazy to me. So
The only thing you can
it's
do
not
in
like the
those.
person that was half a second slower wasn't still just fucking awesome at doing the thing that they did. It's just it was a half a second.
A contest of any
Yeah,
sort is on a given day at a given time, given those exact circumstances.
yeah,
And then it's over. And that's the whole thing. Like, even doing this competition weekend, if we competed if we were competing tonight and tomorrow or whatever, could have been a completely different outcome than what it was last week.
right.
There could have been a lot of people switched around. So you can't,
Or maybe you get a draw of like singing 3rd instead of
yeah,
19th, and that means you got a little bit less sleep and
yeah,
all of these little factors
yes,
that come in and
yeah,
or because you had the coffee
yeah.
that tasted
Or
shitty. What if you would have gotten Starbucks and you put you in like 0.8% better mood and
so
you sold the song a little more
those
like holy
are a
yeah.
snapshot in time of that
Yeah.
moment, and that's why the one thing is afterwards I let that stuff go real quick
Mhm.
because it gave me the information I needed. We Since that week is gone past, we now have a whole plan of all this stuff we need to do, and that's why you did it. Is you
Yeah.
did it to go in and up your plan, and to figure out who do we need to coach with now? Who do we need to
Yeah.
do this with? What are we going to do? So it's really to get the information.
Mhm.
And afterwards, now we're off to the next thing.
Exactly.
And that's how it should go.
I'm just so incredibly proud of you guys. Not only that I'm sure you went out and just crushed it, obviously, based on the results, but the work that you guys have put in on every single aspect of it and the mindset work that you've done and how you how you accept everything with grace and gratitude is just really cool to be a fan of Hot Notes.
Aw.
It's really fun to see, like 2 of my best friends and 2 of my family members out there just, like,
I mean, the
literally
fact
living
we're
their best life together in a quartet is
being
just so cool.
being in a senior quartet, like it just happened. We just qualified for that. But the thing is your voice can be different at different times of your life. And one of the things we really wanted to do in this quartet is show that if you take good care of yourself and your vocal health and keep your voice in shape, we don't sound like an old person quartet. Like we don't have these kind of voice out there singing. Like we are competitive in the regular competition, the one that's just the district competition or the
Yeah,
prelims.
it's I mean, you
Our
were still
scores
4th overall
Yeah,
in your
our
senior,
scores are still up there, and
and you're
that's
competing against 20, 30-year-olds,
yeah, we're trying to
so
show that if you take good care of your, voice, for one, your vocal performance, and
your
if you
vocal folds and yeah.
sing appropriately, and if you also like, we can't just sing loud the whole time and ring. A lot of groups, they're young, their voices are really young and sturdy, and they can just sing real loud, and their notes will lock in and they'll ring just out of pure vocal power. We cannot do that where we're at. We have to have finesse. We have to have artistry. We
Mm.
have to have the points that build into those.
And finesse is what makes it interesting to listen to. If
Yeah.
there's no dynamics like softness and
Mhm.
then like the punch of a
Yeah.
like an
You have to
intentional
have the nuance.
right, if there's no dynamics, if it's all just like bullhorn,
Mhm.
that can be hard to listen to as
One
an
of the
audience member.
one of the best feedback sessions we had was with the person who did our performance. And he
Judging
said,
the
yeah, the
judge.
judge, and he said, we did this song, "What'll I Do" by Irving Berlin. What'll I do when you are far away? And he said,
One of my
you
two
know,
favorite ballads.
he goes, that is one of the most sung songs in this organization. And he said, and it gets sung a lot, and it's sung out of memory, and people often mimic somebody else who used to do it. And he goes, the way you guys delivered that song, he goes, I don't really like that song. He goes, because I've just heard it so much
Well,
as
and
a
you probably had
judge.
to judge it
Yeah, he goes,
hundreds
I've
of
heard it
times.
so much. I hear it every contest he's in. He goes, this was like the first time. He goes, I did not walk away from that song feeling just sad, and that loss that most people put to that song. The way you told the story was much more from a mature standpoint. He goes, and this is where your age comes into play. You were telling that story as, uh, I understand that this is happening, and even though my heart is sad about this, I do understand that it's the right thing and that
There was
I will go
maturity
on.
in the delivery of the message
Yeah,
because you have that, the experience that
that's what he
comes with
said. You
age.
guys have the ability to tell stories differently. And a lot of our audience members are really going to appreciate that, because a lot of our audience is older people.
I love that.
So I love that we get to tell those kind of stories.
I love it.
And, you just have to embrace what your strengths are and play to those when you're in a group. And I think we do that really well. And it's fun to be a part of it.
I
It's
love
fun to
that.
get to grow and still be learning new things when you're, 60 years old.
I love it, and,
So
I just wanna say congratulations again, on what you guys achieved, and congratulations to all of the people that went out and competed
yeah,
this
it was a
weekend, so
great, great bunch of people. We have such a talented district, so many talented quartets. And what was so fun about our top 10 is we had people who had never been in the top 10. There was quartets,
oh, how
and a
exciting for
lot of them
them.
were young.
That's
We had
exciting
some
for
young
them.
people.
Yeah,
So it's really fun in our area to see that we've got all these different groups and we all join together because of this thing that we love to do, which is singing.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Well, I'm super proud of you guys. Uh, now we are going to transition into our rapid fire
Woo!
questions. So I think I will start.
Okay.
So, Shelly,
Mhm.
um, in your getting ready to go on stage routine,
Mhm.
what do you think is the most important part for you specifically?
Uh,
Day of,
the
like, you
day
wake up in the
of.
morning, like, what's
Mhm.
the part that or the part that you enjoy the most?
I think it is the when we're actually that minute we all step out and we have our dresses and tucks and our hair done, we all look at each other and we're like, it's go time.
Yeah.
I think that's the accumulation. Like, we have a fun day and it's relaxing, but then it's like, it's time for business. Let's go
Mhm.
do this thing. Let's go
Okay.
do it. I think we're all pretty jazzed when we get to that.
I love that.
Yep. Okay. Angie. Angie has been a singer herself.
Mhm.
And I know you're a bass, 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 all
Yes,
about
I
that
am.
bass. But if you could sing any other part as successfully as you've sang bass, what part would you want to sing?
I would love to be able to wrap my mind around baritone.
Hmm.
My brain does not understand it. It doesn't hear it. It it baritone makes no sense to me. It is like it's like looking at a really involved math equation.
Hmm.
Like how could anybody look at this and solve it? So I think that that would be really cool
Mhm,
because that would be a whole different skill set. If I would be able to do that at the level that I've been a bass,
mhm.
I think would just be like learning a completely different art form almost,
Yeah,
right?
it is. I've sang
I
baritone
know you sang baritone and
in
Peppermint Twist with me,
in
and
your quartet, and it is really it's challenging, but boy, it's fun.
it's like I've heard before that if you take the baritone out, you're a country trio.
Yeah,
Like the baritone is so necessary in the 4-part harmony that we both sing in. And it doesn't make any sense to me because it's so
you have
random.
to sing different notes to fill out
It
chords, and they
just
don't always make sense.
it
They're not
sounds like
logical.
somebody like a kid just randomly plinking a piano that notes that don't make any sense. And but man, if you take it away, you sure miss it.
Yeah, it
So
totally
I
makes it.
would love to be able to sing baritone.
Love that.
Well, or even at all. Okay,
See,
Shelly,
yes.
you mentioned that you put on there like complain about the coffee
Mhm.
or those kind of things. So, what was your favorite meal that you had when you went on this trip?
Oh, goodness. Oof.
Or the
Oh
favorite thing
gosh.
that you ate? It doesn't have to be the meal itself. Like, what was the favorite thing that you
Okay.
consumed while you were
While we were in Canada, we didn't really go to any crazy places, but we went to this place that had like really good salads and wraps and kind of with an Asian flair. And I had a delicious, it was like a noodle bowl, but it was really a warm salad
Mm,
and it had shrimp, and that was pretty amazing.
sounds
Like
awesome.
fresh shrimp.
I love
Fresh-
Asian profile
Oh God, me
food.
too. Me
It's my
too.
favorite.
So much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Angie, I know right now because of the tummy thing that you can't always eat rice or things like
At
that.
all.
But on my other trip that I just got back from, which was San Francisco, I got to go to Chinatown. And if you had the option, I'm going to give you the two things I had that were
Pretending like I
fabulous.
could eat rice.
Pretending like, and
Got it.
these actually don't have rice, but they have a wrapper on them. Would you
I can do a
want
rice
a
wrapper.
handmade soup dumpling
Mm,
or scallion? Um, I think it's called
pancakes.
scallion pancake.
Oh, fuck.
And my God, were they both delicious.
I will Wreck-It Ralph both of those. Um, oh, see, when I'm sick, I used to like pho a lot
Yeah.
when I was sick, but my go-to is wonton soup. I
Hmm.
love wonton soup, so I do love a good dumpling. But a scallion pancake,
This one was amazing. I can taste it
okay,
right
yeah,
now.
I'm going with the scallion pan.
Yeah, it was in Chinatown and we walked there and it was not expensive and they actually handmade the dough and were making the dumplings.
I need to figure out how to do that with sourdough.
Oh God, it was good. You
That
guys,
sounds so good.
scallion pancake
So good.
was the bomb.
Now I'm hungry.
Me too.
Okay, guys, thank you for listening. It means the world
Now
that
you're
you've
hungry.
chosen, and now you're hungry. Sorry about that. We would love if you could take a moment to give us a like, a comment, follow, share, all of those things, and best of all, 5-star review.
Yes,
Look at that tenor coming out.
I know.
Uh,
Always. I don't know how
thank
to
you,
count.
thank you for being here, and we will see you guys next time.
Ciao.
Bye.
That's it for today's dose of midlife mischief on Hot Flash Chronicles. Thanks for listening and letting us overshare.
If you laughed, nodded along, or shouted same at any point, hit that subscribe button and share us with your favorite humans. And remember, we're still hot, just in flashes.